Hi, this is Clint from Versa, and this is a short video on Versa Secure SD-WAN multi-tenant capabilities. So just a quick reminder about what functionality the Versa solution provides. So a Versa SD-WAN router includes a next-generation firewall with unified threat management, WAN optimization capabilities, and we are also a UCP platform. You can load other VM and VNFs on top of Versa. Our solution includes network analytics, robust multi-tenancy, open APIs for everything, and essentially managed through a single pane of glass. So just so we have some common language in this video, the Versa Director is our management and orchestration platform. Analytics is our big data repository. Controller is a route reflector and controller for the Versa underlay and overlay. And a head end is a combination of director, analytics, and controller. So Versa's solution was built for multi-tenancy from the ground up. So every element of our solution is built for carrier class multi-tenancy. So this includes director, analytics, controllers, hub routers, MPLS to internet gateways, branch appliances, SD-WAN topology, VPN topology, network policy, security policy, shaping, app QoS, service chaining, can all be different per tenant. We do support the 512 tenants with 5 levels of tenant hierarchy and up to 1,024 VRFs per tenant. And each tenant can have their own unique SD-WAN topology with their own SD-WAN keys. This provides robust network segmentation. So let me kind of bring this home with some sample multi-tenant use cases from the real world. So this is a state we're working with, and this is leveraging the Versa solution as they transition from a MPLS multi-tenant WAN to a multi-tenant secure SD-WAN using Versa. So they actually have about 65 different departments in the state. I can just dive into a couple for this example. We'll look at DMV, health services. Then in addition, the state runs their own voice network, which spans all departments. So every department in the state has Cisco IP phones, and the state operates the voice network across all sites. So what we're looking at here is we have a head end that's supporting all tenants. We have a pair of hub routers supporting all tenants. In reality, there's actually a primary and secondary data center with pairs of hub routers in each. We then have in the first tenant, the DMV, we have 2 different sites, Site 1 and Site 2, and they have both tenancies for the DMV and the state voice network. Going over to the second tenant, health services, we're looking at the first site and kind of site Y, and each of these has a tenancy for health services and the state voice network. And then over here, there are a small number of sites in the state where they actually have multiple agencies in the same site. So here we have 1 tenant for the DMV, 1 for health services, and also the state voice network participates in this router. We can then, from that router, break out each tenant via a separate Ethernet port or a separate 802.1q VLAN. And all these routers can obviously be HA. So this allows the state to basically build out infrastructure for a multi-tenant SD-WAN and have each agency leverage common network appliances, hub routers, directors, and analytics for management and controllers. So each department doesn't have to buy their own separate infrastructure. They can leverage common infrastructure, but still have robust segmentation between departments. This is looking at a large Versa retail bank customer, and they wanted to basically, in their 1,000 banks, have as much segmentation between bank operations, the ATM machines in the banks, and the guest Wi-Fi network. So they basically have every site gets a primary and secondary router, and there are separate tenants for bank operations, ATM machines, and guest Wi-Fi. And every tenant has their own SD-WAN topology, their own SD-WAN keys, their own network policy, their own security policy, their own app policy, but all running across a common infrastructure with complete segmentation. And this is a typical Versa service provider multi-tenant secure SD-WAN with Versa. So here we're looking at an example where we have a service provider tenant, customer 1 tenant, customer 2 tenant. There could obviously be up to 512 customers off this infrastructure. So the head end supports all their various tenants. If we go to customer 1, there's just a tenancy for customer 1 in that box. Customer 2 just has their tenancy in their boxes. Each customer could have their own controllers if they prefer, or there could be common controllers across all customers. And hub routers could either be shared among all customers or per tenant or a combination thereof. And we can obviously have not only a service provider tenancy, sub-tenants for each customer, but customers can also have their own sub-tenants. So this gives us as close as possible to air-gapped networks between different customers. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks a bunch and have a great day.